For you, you're going to work maybe 20 hours on a deal like this over maybe a 30-day period of time. And guess what ends up happening? You can make 40 to 100,000 on a deal like this. And I'm being very conservative. Hello, Sharif Medawar here, and I'm really glad I'm able to talk to you about the opportunity of working with me in commercial real estate. So what do? I do commercial real estate investing. I have a fund called MIGSIF, M-I-G-S-I-F. So I'm a real estate hedge fund manager, and I have been so filed with the Security and Exchange Commission for over 10 years now. We've run successfully. I set up the fund in 2009, and that was after I made several millions of dollars in real estate investing. So what I want you to think about is how to actually get into commercial real estate. And there is a best way to get in, which is with me. Because the key to succeed is to have the right network. You can have the knowledge, you can take action, but if you don't have the right network, you're not going to be able to grow so quickly. You're not going to find the shortcuts that you can duplicate, that you can leverage, and that you can scale. I'm going to give you all that. And what's in it for me? What's in it for me is I'm able to grow with you. I can't be in every market in the US, but I can work with others. I can even work with people in Canada and other parts. But the key thing is I want to work with you in your own backyard. You don't need money. You don't need a lot of time. You don't need experience. You don't have to be licensed. And I will tell you exactly all the steps you need to do, and you're going to use my money, and you're going to make a lot of money. Some of you may think this is too good to be true, but I've done it for years. And personally, I've done it for my own portfolio. I focus on an area, I focus on specific type of properties, I understand the value, and I'm able to get them at a price where I can add value to it. And that difference between price and value is what will make you a lot of money working with me. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So I want you to imagine in your own backyard, wherever you live, you driving out there and there is a two-way street, cars going in both directions, and you see here a standalone building. And it says available. There is a sign there that's available, meaning that there is a broker maybe that got a call from the owner, and the owner said, I'd like you to either rent it or sell it. So now you call the broker or the owner and you say, well, how much would you like for the building? They give you a price, you negotiate it. I'll show you how to do that. And then finally, let's say you end up with agreement to put it under contract at $600,000. Now, mind you, this building is vacant. It's a standalone building, let's say 2,000 square feet on a busy street. When you have it under contract for $600,000, now you have about 45 days, 30 to 45 days, sometimes even 60 days, due diligence period. What's a due diligence period? It's a period during which you can inspect the property and decide if it's for you, you want to buy it or not. And during those 45 days, what you're going to do is you're going to start calling national tenants. You're going to start smiling and dialing. And you're going to say, hi, my name is Sharif Medawar. I have a property under contract. It's located at 123 El Camino Real, and would love to have you here. The neighboring tenants are maybe Starbucks and maybe Subway or maybe Dunkin Donuts, etc. And all you want when you call these tenants and you leave them a message and they call you back, or leave them a message and you send them actually a package by email about the property, the size, etc. I'll train you, I'll show you exactly how to do all this. All you want is one tenant to call you back. And when that tenant calls back, you'll be able to tell them about the property. Today, in today's time, they can actually look online and see immediately what the traffic is, and they verify the neighboring tenants, and they say, okay, we want it. And now they can send a letter of intent, LOI. And let's say they're going to say, I'm willing to pay let's say $8,000 a month. And you say, no, I would like $9,000. And you settle for, I don't know, $8,500 or something. So let's say they're going to pay $83.33 a month times 12 months. They're going to pay $100,000 a year. Just the fact that they're saying, here is our intention, here is a letter of intent, we would like to lease from you in that location for $100,000 a year. That actual agreement, they send you that letter of intent, it is going to have some certain things, such as we want a 10-year lease, we're going to pay an escalation of 3%, we're going to give you a corporate guarantee, this is a triple net lease. These are all fantastic things. I teach you about why this is phenomenal, because that letter of intent that we will get will make the property go from $600,000 under contract to worth easy over $1 million. Depending on the market, it could be worth a lot more even. That upside increase in value is because you have a contract to buy it empty at 600, and you have a tenant, national tenant with corporate guarantee. That means that lease will be guaranteed by the entire corporation. It's going to make the property value a lot higher because anybody would want to come in and pay you $1 million for it because it's going to produce income for 10 or 15 years with these national tenants. So now you have it under contract at 600. You have a tenant willing to come in, and that tenant will pay X that will make it worth $1 million. This is where I come in, and you can assign it to my fund, and that assignment on that upside, the way you get paid, you get 10%, which is $40,000 on the upside, because the upside increase in value is $400,000 here. And if we get them to sign for 15-year lease, I give you 25% of the upside increase in value. 25% of 400,000 is 100,000 assignment fee for you. You don't need to be licensed, you need to be trained. Now, what is my role with you? I'm going to show you how I've done it. I focused on an area. I chose, first I was working in the Bay Area in San Francisco, and then I did Southern California, I've done Florida, I've done many other places, and then I focused many years ago in Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. Why? I realized that area had a lot of traffic. Traffic is important. I got buildings under contract that were vacant. I started smiling and dialing, and when I bought the properties, I took a property under contract at X, and then I started smiling and dialing, and all I needed was one tenant. When one tenant, national tenant, called me, we had Puma come in, boom, value of the property increased by over $1 million. I took another property. I started smiling and dialing, and I put Coach in it. It was a corner property. Value went up over $1.8 million. I took another one, and I started smiling and dialing, and then I put Tommy Hilfiger in it. I took another one, and I put Sunglass Hut in it. I have done this over and over and over, and went up in millions of dollars in net worth increase for my personal portfolio. Then I set up a fund, and I was doing this for the fund along with some rehabs, etc. And then I realized, oh my gosh, what if I actually talk to my students and give them the easiest way to start in the actual commercial real estate world? And they can work with me. I need the students to know how to identify these deals. I will show you how to find and identify the ideal property. There are certain specific criteria. I'll show you exactly how to talk to the broker and talk to the seller to take you seriously, because in commercial real estate, it's not about you pre-qualifying. It's about you having a proof of fund. And I'll give you the proof of fund worth millions of dollars from my fund. The money is sitting, waiting to be deployed in these deals. So you'll be able to speak on my behalf as representative of my fund, working with me in a joint venture agreement. And once you actually have the property under contract, I give you a national tenant list that's over 4,500 tenants. Who to contact, the phone number, emails, what size they look for, what neighboring tenants they like to be next to. I even give you the script, what to tell these tenants. Just tell them what I tell you to tell them. There is even the exact package that you will prepare to send them by email, such as photo of what's the neighboring tenants. A little video that you will do. I'll show you exactly how to do the video, short clip. I'll show you exactly what we need to send them as plot plan. Some people don't even know this terminology, and I'll show you exactly how to do it. If you're a broker, more power to you. If you're a real estate agent, I'll take you to the next level. If you're just starting and you were in just a completely different business than real estate, I'll show you exactly how to do this step by step. I will give you the recipe to make it happen. And the key thing is, when one tenant calls you back or emails you and replies to your email and says, yes, I'm interested to discuss a few terms about this location, this is when you forward it to me, and I get in that call and I do the negotiation, because it's going to end up being part of my fund. So I will do the negotiation. You're on the phone call, you're listening to me. You can even audio tape what I say and learn it, because my goal is to set you free, not just to have you assign 1-2 deals for me. For you, you're going to work maybe 20 hours on a deal like this, so over maybe a 30-day period of time. And guess what ends up happening? You can make 40 to 100,000 on a deal like this. And I'm being very conservative. Anybody aware here of this potential will realize there is no downside risk, because let's talk about the worst case scenario. Let's say you find the property and you put it under contract. Remember, I'll give you the proof of fund. Hey, here is the money, we're ready to buy it all cash. This is not a no money down. This is an all cash. I buy them all cash. You show this to the broker, you send it to them, they take you seriously, they have you put it under contract. Now let's say for 44 days out of the 45-day due diligence period, not one tenant calls you back or replies to your email. Okay, no problem. Do you have to buy it? You don't have to buy it. You just call the broker, send an email to the escrow and say, the deal is not to my satisfaction. It did not pass my due diligence period. I'm not interested. Please refund my $5,000. You can put $5,000 in these deals. What? $600,000 deal, you're going to put only $5,000 in escrow, earnest money deposit? Yes, you don't need to put more than that. You're showing them proof of fund, we have the cash. And during the 45 days period, it's refundable anyway. Extremely powerful. There is no downside risk for you. The upside is huge. That $40,000 or that $100,000 that I pay you as an assignment fee is paid in escrow on the 46th day after we close. And let me tell you, you get back your $5,000 original money that you put in escrow, and you get all this as pure profit for you. So what you're going to do, second thing. The second deal, now you have experience, you have the training, you know exactly the package, you've heard exactly how I do it, you've listened to how I negotiate the deal for my fund and how I made millions doing this for the last decade and a half that took my net worth to millions of dollars. And you can see I have over 1,000 video success stories on YouTube. And you can do it now for yourself. You do it for yourself. You're going to put a deal under contract, line up a tenant, and go to the bank. Oh, you don't have good credit? You can go to a hard money lender. And you can get the loan to buy the property. You then sign up the tenant for the 10, 15-year lease, and then you can go and refinance and pay off the hard money loan and keep the property cash flowing for you. You got it at 600, it's worth $1 million. You can refinance and cash out the money and repeat and repeat. How wealthy do you want to become? I know some of you are thinking, oh, this is too good to be true. You have no downside. We have done this for years. I've done it personally, and nobody in the country teaches this. So I want you to understand, I do the training. I spend the time with the students one-on-one. I take very small groups to train them, and I need to expand nationwide. We are raising more capital than we can deploy at this point. So I am training more people. And the training that I give you is a day and a half. It's an intensive training. We start at 8:30 in the morning. I want people to fly to me. You fly to me in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I fly in to meet you here in San Juan. This is where I am actually. It's my office, and I have a little apartment back here. And I will actually train you in the morning on the ideal property to find, what to tell the brokers, how to use the proof of fund, how to actually analyze a contract when they send it to you. Do you know there are only 4 things you need to look at in a contract? Then you sign the contract. You have no obligation to purchase. You have no downside. Your money is not at risk. I'll show you exactly what to tell the tenants, how to use the tenant list, how to actually put me on the conference call with the tenants when they reply to you, what package to present to them, and you will see exactly what to do if they want to come and visit the property, and I'm there with you step by step. What's in it for you? For me, I got great property cash flowing for years to come in my fund. What's in it for you? You will have guidance step by step with no downside, with a huge upside potential. You show me another person that can actually do what I do, that not only made millions in his own account, but over 10 years filed with the Security and Exchange Commission, making millions from my students, making beautiful returns for them. We're all growing together. If you find somebody else doing this, please tell me. I'll go follow you and follow them. Nobody does it. They talk about apartment buildings, which is good stuff, etc., but it requires a lot of money, a lot of negotiations, etc. Here, there's nothing to negotiate. There's nothing to negotiate. You have proof of fund, here is what I'm going to pay you. The broker says, okay, we'll put it under contract. If not, you move on to the next deal. The tenants, we tell them, I'm the one negotiating on your behalf. It's the simplest, most powerful strategy to start and have the most profit in the shortest period of time possible. So those who would like to do this, I would like to invite you to click on the button below and enroll online. If you actually would rather call the office, there is a number down below here. Call the office. We're always ready to talk to you, explain to you some more things, and I would love to meet you in person. Let's make this happen. We can make a lot of money together. We've done it with many people before you. Thank you, and I look forward to meeting you in person and having a great success story with a check in your hand. Thank you.